All right, we're here at Candi Overhuls' house. Say hi, Candi.
Hi,
The
Candi.
moderator, you may have seen her. She works for us. This is her and Kirk's fish room. Kirk's not here at the moment. He's at work.
he's at
You're
work.
also at work, but
I am at work.
yeah.
I have coverage today, thank goodness. But
So
yeah.
today we're going to take a look at, your fish tanks and what I'm hoping to accomplish. One, see a bunch of cool stuff. Like I fell in love with I call it the picture window. There could not be more nature going on right here.
There's a lot of nature right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get to see experience level, because I think at Aquarium Co-op we try pretty hard to have educated people when they're answering fish questions and everything, and so you'll get to see at least a skill level of what's going on. So when Candi answered, oh, she has this much experience, and we've got a lot of people with a lot of different types of fish they keep and experience, and it's not just something we're farming out like, oh yeah, the FAQ says tell them this answer. It's, well, in my experience, here's how this went.
Yeah.
So kind of explain, let's start with this because I fell in love with it. How did it start? What do you got going on? And most people, like me, I actually just realized I've never kept this tank, that size of tank before.
I actually love a 60 breeder, and this is actually my favorite place to sit with the beanbag chair. I like that you can just be on the ground and get the view looking in this way. There's Congo tetras in there and blueberry tetras. There's also some really cool hillstream loaches. Well, they're not actually a hillstream loach. They are.
Are they like the $1 million ones?
They are a blue-tailed. I did not pay $1 million for them.
I see one on the heater.
Yeah.
Like he's totally hidden now, but I saw
We might
him.
need to feed them to actually get them to come out. But they're very cool. They have a blue finnage, and that's pretty rare. There's also dwarf petricola catfish in here. Again, need to feed to see them, but
Yeah, you can see it on the back wall just a little bit. It keeps hiding between the
of course
plants.
he does. They like to eat the surfaces of the rocks and things, so when you feed them, they actually come out. Then there's just a menagerie of crypts in there, stargrass, tiger lotus bulbs, driftwood.
What kind of, let's see, since you're doing so many plants, I think people are going to ask this, like, how often are you dosing? Are you dosing? What are you using?
For this tank, I only use the root tabs. I don't dose any liquid fertilizer in this tank. It just
All right.
doesn't need it with the fish that are in there. Yeah, just root tabs.
That makes
Keeps this
sense.
one
Almost
going.
all root feeders
Yeah.
except for, what is this plant? Is this...
This is the stargrass.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. And I actually just put it back in this tank. There's a rainbow shiner tank over there that I dismantled a couple of weeks ago, and in the trying to get all of the fish out of there, of course, ripped it all up. So this is what I have.
Did you order that plant or do you get it locally? Because it has a terrible reputation for shipping.
So where did I get this plant? Huh. I don't remember. I'll have to
All
think
right.
about it.
Because if you
I
had like,
didn't-
oh, it shipped in really well from this company, I'd be like, that's where you guys can get it because we don't
you
sell
know,
it.
I actually got it, the flower and plants thing that they do in Seattle every year.
Oh, the big plant auction.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was there was a guy from the fish store in Seattle, and that's where I got the first start
Okay.
of this plant. Yeah,
That makes sense then. Because
That's
I'm
where
like,
I got it.
shipping
Yep.
it in is pretty tough.
That's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I got that, and actually that Natan's over there. That's pretty amazing.
And what size tank is this?
This is a 60 breeder.
Yeah, the new boys that came out like, I would say like last year? Maybe
Couple
it's been
years.
2 years now.
Yeah,
Time is
2
flying.
or 3 years. And actually, I guess we're not going to be able to get them in anymore because they're going away from Aquarium tanks. They're doing their Imaginarium, and I really love this footprint of tank.
I mean, you can get them. You just won't be able to get them at a steal of a deal.
Probably.
We'd have to pay, and I say by we, hobbyists will have to pay full price probably and order it from a fish store instead of it being at a deal at a PetSmart
Right.
or Petco.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next to it?
Next, we have Multifasciatus, this multi-tank, and there's a red bristlenose pleco in there, and that's all. And Burchardi are also in there.
I see sponge filter. Is the other tank also sponge filter?
Sponge filter and hang on back filter.
Okay.
Being noisy over here. So if you hear that rattle, that's what that one is. And if you see, I have my long pokies everywhere over here because they don't self-prime. So I always have to stick my long pokey in there to get them to restart. We're coming out with that part soon.
Yeah, the reprimer.
Yeah.
I did throw a little shade about the new ones. I think you have a new one up
I have
there.
two.
And well, it's not that I don't like them. I'm not sure they're better. They're different.
They're different, but there's no improvement.
Do you have the priming problem on that one?
No, I have not had that.
They say they technically solved it, and I think I tested it, and I couldn't break it like it did prime every time.
We lose power quite a bit here.
Okay.
Just being here, and those two do self-prime and restart.
Well, that's good.
That is an improvement.
An improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed the intake sitting clogged? I mean, I realize over here you're running a sponge on the intake, but
right.
Is anything getting clogged because it's a smaller?
You get debris on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get debris on there. I have to wash them off or rinse them off, but yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I have any babies in here right now, but they're all sitting real close to the shells, just waiting.
Yeah, and they're a Lake Tanganyika cichlid.
Yes.
Oh, Burchardi in there too.
Yeah. And I do have babies in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's actually on my short list to keep is maybe some daffodil Burchardi.
I love those fish. They're so graceful. I really love them. And there's not really a lot of aggression between any of them. These guys fight amongst themselves more than each other. So, yeah.
That's like a Zenzo tank right
yeah.
there. Like that.
Yeah.
I've seen that in his living room as well.
Yeah.
So.
And there's algae in there for them to pick off. Like my tanks aren't perfect. I like to have algae in there because they do pick on it, and the babies love the algae. So.
So I'm not the plant nerd. Before we move to other tanks, are there going to be like comments? They're like, why didn't you ask what this plant was? Like, are these extra special and people should know? Or like, oh no, they're mid tier or.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's pretty special over here. People might lose their minds over this one.
All right.
And of course, I'm going to forget the name because I'm on camera, but I
Yeah.
have it written down. But it's a king anthurium. That's what
All
that
right.
one is. So.
I'll pretend to be impressed because
yep.
I don't understand how cool or rare that is. I just go, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Pretty rare.
Okay.
This is a. See the camera.
It's a green one.
It is a green one.
Marbled green one.
Epiprinum. That's what that
Okay.
one is. And then Addisoni, another philodendron. That guy we won't talk about because he's not really rare. This is a Rojo, White Knight.
And is it,
Scindapsus.
for the people that are going to watch this, they're going to be like, I want to do that. Is it pretty much just root them in the water and this is working? Or like, oh man, 1 out of 2 doesn't make it for me? Or
So I take them out of their pots that they're in, already rooted in dirt, rinse the roots off, and I just place them in the tank and they just take off. Yep.
That's in my experience with like Home Depot $7 philodendrons. But yeah, I don't have the experience with.
This is kind of neat too. There's a root back here, an aerial root, that has come along and got itself inside the track and down, and now it's down inside here, rooted. I thought that was pretty cool.
Those things grab on crazy hard. Like I can't get them off the wall in my fish room.
They will pull off your paint.
Yeah, because it went into wood, and it's like,
oh
this is not like, this is real in there.
Yeah, that's real in there.
So if you see the fish room, you're like, why is there vines? Like I can't really get them off without destroying the wood.
Yeah.
The wood starts breaking apart. I was like, oh. Kind of one of the reasons I stopped growing that wall. I was like, long term, this might be pretty destructive.
Yeah.
Oh, you got bees.
Oh yeah, lots of bees.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
There was a hummingbird here earlier.
Yeah, because you've got all the bird feeders right up there. I mean, that's quite a nature spot here.
Yeah. And I've got all the plants, the fuchsia and everything for the hummingbirds too that they love. So
Nice.
this is where I spend my time in the summer. I'm out in the yard, so this guy gets a little neglected.
I always classified you, or not you, but your style of fish keeper as you're a gardener, and you're like, yeah, it's winter gardening inside. Yeah, I keep fish too, but I'm a gardener.
That's
and
exactly it.
Yeah, the outside, I could barely get in because there's so many plants everywhere,
Jungle.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not in an unkempt way, by the way. Not in an unkempt way, as in just like, oh man, someone has put a lot of time into this.
That's my passion. Besides fish, that's my passion, is gardening and flowers and, just beautifying the world. Yeah. That's what I like. Birds. Yep.
I'm not a birder, but I'm looking at that bird.
I don't know. I think you might be a birder.
All right, what do we got going on here?
Electric yellows, and some Johanni. Yeah, there's a couple in there. There's actually a baby. Oh yeah, right in the back corner there. Baby electric yellow in there.
Right, that little baby.
Yeah. Hi, little guy.
It was amazing when I've kept yellow labs a long time, and I used to make my living selling African cichlids at a store, but then also breeding and supplying and putting the Pseudotropheus solosi, different fish than this.
Yes, I love those.
In the 800 gallon, the fact of like, no joke, I got to have like 1,000 fry, and I didn't pull any of them. So like having one there, and there's a female right here actually holding into the rocks. Mm-hmm. They hold the babies in their mouth, and then they release them. But in a tank like this, a lot of times the older ones
they'll get eaten.
Yeah, they'll eat them. But in the 800 gallon, even though it's just as sparse, it's big enough that they're not chasing them down. And I didn't anticipate. I thought, in something like this, like, you make one, like you get one growing up every 3 months, and like, I'm making more, and it's what it is. But in the 800 gallon, I didn't expect like, oh, there's literally 1,000 of these things. My wife yesterday was like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, I honestly don't know, because you can't catch them.
Yeah.
So this is, I kind of thinking the 800 gallon might lead to that was a 18-month thing, and then we're switching what it does, because that's just 4,000 yellow fish, and
they're beautiful.
That's run its course.
I love them. I would love those. We saw them at the store, and Kirk was like, I really want those. We bought a big tank from Bob before he left, and he was like, I could fill that entire tank with it. So we'll see. It's a 280. I feel like, actually, I think it used to be your tank.
It started at my house in the old fish room. Then went to Bob, and Bob was always like, this is going to be the one.
Yeah.
And,
But we've got plans for it. We're going to enclose that back patio over there into like a greenhouse situation, 4 more plants, and that 280 is going out there. So,
all right.
And he is going to go cichlids with it, but he wants to go like trout cichlids and that kind of thing. But then he saw those solosi, and he's like, oh, I really love those. So
There's
might be that.
Some nice simplicity. Did I notice, is the side painted or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just saw, I was like, wait a sec.
Because we get sun when the sun shines here. And so I did paint this side so I didn't have just an overgrowth of algae in here.
Nice.
Yeah.
That actually, came out well.
Yeah.
I didn't see it till I was over here, but nice. All right, and we've got the couch here.
Yeah.
And then we'll have you go around. That way I don't trap you.
Okay. This is my Java fern tank,
Yeah,
or Java moss tank, and needleleaf Java fern. Some black paradise fish in there, the black emperor tetras, and then the apistos in there. We don't have very many of those left anymore. I'll tell you in a minute what they are, because
Panduro?
Yeah, but
Inca, maybe?
No, I've got it written down.
All right, well, I'm not that
worried. Cheat sheet.
So the 46-gallon bowfront?
Yeah. There's also a bristlenose pleco in here that is probably 10 years old.
Nice.
Yeah. He's hiding in there somewhere, but yeah.
This is the only thing I don't like about the bowfronts is I have to run a second light up front. Because all the fish, when you're like, oh, let's come eat, like, oh, I can't see them.
Yeah.
So you got to put...
And plus they're black, in a black background.
I kind of don't understand the infatuation that people fall into with black fish. Because it's like, they're real hard to see a lot of the time.
And these were given to me. These weren't my choice, but yeah.
I think there are setups that do them justice. I just don't pull those setups off.
Right.
Like the paradise fish, I really want to start kind of working with some and breeding some, but the black knight ones or whatever, I'm like, yeah. But then you see them in sunlight outside, and it's like, well, sure, but that's not in my house.
Right, yeah.
And I bet you these are probably the same way if we got the sun shining on from the side.
Because they do have the red and yellow,
and
red and blue
like spangles, too.
Yeah.
They've got that spangle thing going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Nice. Wow, look at those pectoral fins. Or not. Pecs, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the tail, they've got the blue trailers on them, too. Yeah. But the light's got to be right.
When you see an adult paradise fish that hasn't been beat up, it's the best.
Yeah.
And then I Google for 32 minutes and not find anyone selling cool ones, and I forget about them for 2 years again. That's my pattern for the last 10 years.
I really love the blue ones. Dan has some gorgeous ones. And Serena, my other agent, she has some. And every time we do a call and a meeting with her, I'm like, I love those fish because they're just so beautiful back behind her.
Just got to make her breed them.
Yeah. Well, she's had an issue with some of them jumping, so. But yeah, she does breed them too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to this beauty. This one, this was almost where I was going to start because it's so awesome, but the window is so cool.
The window is cool. So as you can see, there's a hill stream loach on the front glass. Coste Tetras. Carry Emperor Tetras.
This is like $10,000 in Coste Tetras. That's not true, but they're, I'm convinced they're overpriced.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're not amazing. I want some.
Yes.
I just so far keep telling myself, I don't want to pay that price.
Right. Green neons in the back. Got some pretty good size to them back there.
And you get the sunlight to actually get the green off of them. Normally, like in my fish room, I don't get any sunlight. So.
Yeah. That's what makes this basement kind of special is you do get the sun. When the sun comes in and hits the multi-tank, it is magical. It reminds me of the ocean because there's rays that come down and they like kind of swim in unison up and then back down. I love
Is the sun going like left to right, or does it go over your house this way?
It's going left to right.
So you get like a whole day long of like different angles. That's
exactly.
pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I was happy to see the clouds in the fog this morning, but I also thought, oh, the sun would have been beautiful when Corey's here to see that too. So.
It's probably one of those things, great in person, on camera terrible or something.
Probably.
Like, dang it,
probably.
it's all
It'd be like your
reflection.
800-gallon all over again. Yeah.
And you were showing me earlier you had a baby of the Coste Tetra, which I hadn't seen.
Oh, right back there. See him right.
Oh yeah, that little guy.
Yeah. I'm hoping there's more in there. Tons of Siswasser Tang has taken over my Dragonstone.
Yeah.
This is the Critum natans that I was telling you about. Lots of Bulbitis. I also just had a crypt melt just like you did, and so now they're all coming back, but that was lush and
it's
crypty.
not, we have different water sources. I'm on a well, so it's not like, oh, something went through the water. Like, no,
I'm
that's
on
just
city water,
Yeah. Which I'm guessing pretty soft, just like the store?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yep.
Yeah, no wonder you can breed the Coste Tetra. I feel like you should try and breed that. Like, if it was me, I would be moving these guys to your Java Moss tank, clear out all the fish of the Java Moss, and see if you can't start producing $10 bills.
I think that's a great idea. I might just do that.
Although I live in this fantasy world where I want to make a school of like 500 fish that I bred.
Yeah.
I only breed stuff that doesn't school, so.
So the real Emperor Tetras, real, I don't breed real, but just the regular Emperor Tetras. When this tank was with me in Billings, I would let the hair algae grow in the bottom, and I had a massive school of Emperor Tetras that did. School was huge, and it was all because they were bred from 6 original fish. So, and those were actually from Sergeant Tank, who you don't hear about much anymore. But
every once in a while, he goes rogue and goes live for like a random thing, like I'm still alive, and here's what I'm doing, and then he disappears for another year. Yeah, that is a throwback name. If you're a fan of Sergeant Tanks or know of that name,
Jeremy,
leave a comment. Because it means you've been in the fish fam for quite a while.
Yeah, it does.
What's the maintenance type of schedule? Are you a water change every day, every week, every month, every year? Never?
Maybe once a month. Okay. If my tank looks like this, once a month, just to recycle, get some new water in there, that kind of thing.
How much water do you?
When I do water changes, I tend to do large water changes. Like if I'm going to do it, I do a large water change in all of my tanks.
50, 70%?
50 to 75%.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I do. I don't know why. It's just something that's what I've always done. Like, I don't feel like if you're just going to do this much of a water change, that really isn't quite enough. I don't know. That's beautiful over there right now with all those blue fish in the front.
Nice.
Those are Dean's.
Okay.
Electric blue Acara.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing about visiting an employee or Dean. Like, a lot of these fish kind of go around. Like, you'll see fish that came from my house in here, like, maybe the yellow labs, did they come from the pond originally?
No,
those ones
no, we ordered those from the wet spot.
Okay.
Do I have any of your fish? I just have.
Just some
I
of
do
wilds,
have your. Yeah,
some of the wild caught stuff.
Yeah.
But.
And a couple of your tanks, like that tank over there is the sump from the warehouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Everett. Yeah. So yeah.
Nice.
Well, there's also a Critum in there too.
And then, what are you doing to keep the plants happy in here, fertilizer-wise?
I actually don't dose this tank.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know what the Siswasser tank is on. I don't know, steroid something, but I actually don't dose. I do put root tabs in my crypts though. Not that it's doing what I need it to right now, but yeah, they are coming back. So it's always a bummer when that happens.
I wonder what's eating your Malaysian trumpet snails, because You've got lots of shells.
I used to have a puffer in here.
Okay.
Yep, and I lost him. All of a sudden, he couldn't right himself, and I lost him. So
it's so weird how puffers do that. Like I don't know. You know, so many puffers when they go, it's like, oh yeah, they can't maintain their buoyancy and everything, and then they just go. And I don't know.
That was
maybe like their inflating organ fails or like whatever.
I wonder if that is
because it seems to be fairly common. I've had that happen with all my Maboo puffers. Like,
yeah, you know it's
I've
bad
never
when you
fixed
see
it.
that.
Never heard of anybody really fixing it.
And it's really quick once that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. It almost seems like they drowned when they lose that buoyancy.
I don't know.
Kinda,
I don't know what it is, but it's
right themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is this a hosta? What plant is this? Is that
this?
Yeah.
This is a micans.
I don't know anything.
This is a micans, and this is just a regular pothos. It's growing all the way down the tank.
Nice. Yeah. And they just email customer service and you ship those right out to them?
Oh, sure. We're not, no. Can you imagine? I already get those emails from you. Hey, give this to Corey. Hey, I heard Corey this. Yeah.
All right, let's take a peek at this. Oh, I guess, is that a 125?
This is a 125.
Okay.
That's a 90. I don't think we said that one on the electric yellow.
All right.
It's a 90, I think. Yeah, that came from Bob's Steam Pot, too.
And then is this a 125?
This is a 125. And there are electric blue Acara from Dean, green neons, and then Ortegai, Papagayo. Those guys.
Yeah, type of a pisto.
Yeah, pisto, thanks. And then lots of needle leaf, Java fern, jungle val, swords, crypts. This guy's looking like he's gonna go melty on me.
He is getting a little melty. I wonder if it's a temperature thing.
Possibly. That's what I've always thought gets crypts is the temperature change. Yeah.
I just realized this is possibly the most needly needle leaf Java fern I've ever seen.
It is, isn't it? And the stuff that's in the 45 is the same. But this is what it's doing over here.
Really? Because that's where I expect that. I can grow that all day long, but I hadn't seen the super, I mean, I'm giving it a name. People are going to start calling it that. But just I've never seen it grow in that fine, I guess.
And it only does it in this tank.
I wonder.
Because I put it over in that tank, and it's still thick in the front. Like it's a little bit more, but not quite like
So
this.
did you literally take it from this tank?
Yes.
So from there, and then it grows. I wonder if it's, someone will know that's smarter than me for sure. And they'll be like, oh yeah, it was too starved or it had unlimited nutrients because I think it's getting more light here than there. Normally you give something a lot of light, it might get more compact, but just shows no one knows anything.
And we keep the light higher on this tank because the jungle val does try to cover over the top too. So, because I think my lights usually are on 60 to 70 in this one.
And with this tank, how did it start? Did it start a discus tank and a pisto tank?
It started a discus tank. This was Kirk's Christmas present after we moved here. And so we had lots of discus. We've, over the years, lost them. He's our last remaining. And Kirk was like, I don't know what to do with this tank. And I fell in love with the electric blue Acara. And so it's transitioning into an electric blue Acara. And then we broke down a 40-gallon breeder that his boss took because we've got him interested in fish now for his grandkids and everything.
Nice.
And so we gave him the 40 breeder and didn't have anywhere to go with the apistos. And they're actually happier in this 125 than they were in that 40 breeder. They're breeding, and it's one of these females has a cave up in here, and she gives that huge Acara fits. So
it's I'm starting to learn. I can breed something in smaller and they act a certain way, but when I change the size of the aquarium, whether it's bigger or smaller, the fish are almost a different, even though it's the same fish, like it's almost different. I don't know how to explain it other than like, I've never seen that fish. I've kept that fish for 10 years, never seen it do that before.
So when they were in the 40 breeder, they didn't like to eat very much. I couldn't hardly get them to eat. They were just like, just kind of stood around, swam around, just in stationary. I put them in here and now they're active and just happy. So size, maybe, I don't know. Temperature, the temperature's a lot warmer in here too. So. And
then second tank that's had the green neons, are those?
I love them.
Okay.
I just love them.
Yeah.
Less red than the cardinals, and just when the light hits them just right, I don't know, just a different color.
And what temp do you run for your discus tank?
This one normally is at 82. Right now it's just a little bit warmer than that. It's
Okay.
about 85. So
The reason I'm asking is for people are always like, what plants can go with the
Right.
discus? What
Yep.
what tetras can go? And not that we can say, oh, this will work for you for sure, but
Yeah.
you can see like, hey, here is some stuff that's actually working at those temps.
Super happy. Anubias, jungle val, crypts are typically happier than they are right now, but bulbitis is in there too. Needle leaf, it's ecstatic with its life right now. So
Yeah, that Anubias.
Yeah.
I'll take that in a heartbeat. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome.
that's about 4 years old.
That's what I'm kind of trying to take my fish room more Anubias because it's I think they're one of the perfect plants. If
They
just
really
they
are.
don't have the it's not doing so good right now.
Right.
It just it's either awesome or it's not there.
If you can keep the light down on them, because they do try to get the
Yes.
algae on the leaves. If you can keep the light down on them, but there's a trick for that too. You can take a algae scrubber
I saw
and clean
that
the leaves. Yeah,
from Miguel and yeah.
I've been doing that for a long time.
Oh
so.
well, you didn't put it on video and put it all over Facebook, so I never saw it.
All right,
Yeah,
not my idea.
yeah, but yeah. So I saw them doing it. It worked pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm too lazy to do it, but it looked like it worked pretty good.
it does work. It works well. Yeah,
All right, you want to go that way or you want to
We
go
can go
this
this
way?
way.
All right.
just so we hit this whole room.
Here's where you watch my live streams. No.
I watch those upstairs in my office on my computer. There's lots of, they're in the back, of course. There's Equus pencilfish in there.
Oh yeah.
There's Beckford's pencilfish in there. Blueberry
There you go.
tetras, threadfin rainbows.
2 tanks of blueberry tetras too, I
I
think.
like them.
All right.
Yeah, I like them.
I always look at the internet picture in my store and I'm like, I don't think these fish are for me.
Yeah. Ooh, those tetras that you have in your behind you in your.
Oh, the $50 ones.
love
All right.
them.
Well, I know where they get to go when I'm finally done with them.
I
then.
love them. Get done with them soon, would
Yeah.
you? There's a white cheek goby in here, and then there's a star spangled goby over here, hiding over.
And what are
there.
the? Oh yeah. What are you feeding the gobies? Because I feel like of fish species, these are some of the newer ones to come to the hobby. Like 10 years ago, it was like, oh man, I'm starting to get some Stiffodon gobies. I'm starting
Right.
to get, and so I feel like there's a lot to crowdsource still. Like these
Yeah.
Rhinogobica species with the bigger mouths.
Yep.
What are you feeding? Because I do think they feed different than the
They do.
Stiffodons
They
and
do.
everything.
I do frozen krill. I
Oh.
do bloodworms.
Okay.
The puffers that are in here, the Congo puffers that are in
Mm-hmm.
here, they eat clams on the half shell, and they go absolutely nuts from the gobies do.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of frozen. They'll also eat our community floating pellets too.
Nice.
So yeah.
Because I would expect the bloodworms. We kind of
Yeah.
knew and did
Yeah.
that, but the krill I would have thought might have been a little bit too big, and I would not have guessed the
Clams on the half shell, they go nuts for them. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely big meat eaters. I just didn't
Mhm,
realize that. Is it like they'll eat the chunks that rip off
Nope.
from, or they actually go
They
to
actually
it?
go after it,
Okay.
and they'll actually fight with the puffers over them. Yeah, especially that white cheek. Yeah.
Yeah, so saltwater-like in
Yes.
the freshwater world. I feel.
Yes, I agree with that because I actually do have a saltwater tank over there I have a yellow goby in there, and they're so much alike.
But we made sure to hide it, right?
Yes, no lights on the saltwater tank. No. We're not showing that tank today.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an inherited tank from Jimmy.
Okay, so it's on
yeah.
the not set up how Candi likes it.
And to be honest, I don't know how long I'm going to keep it.
Oh.
I'm kind of over it.
Because yeah, he was looking for a home, and I'm
Yeah.
like, saltwater's cool. I just don't like taking care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had salt in Billings and in Columbus when I lived in Montana, and my setup was bigger
Mm-hmm.
and easier. And so, yeah, I don't know. I've never flooded my anything before, and I've flooded twice with that bottom
man.
top off over there. It's like,
Oh, I see.
yeah. So
If I was gonna do saltwater again, I feel like I gotta do. Is it the pistol shrimp that can like?
that's what I have, a pistol shrimp
Okay.
and then watchman goby.
But I
Yeah.
also feel like.
But you never see the shrimp.
Oh.
So
well, that's
you
not
just
very
see the
cool.
goby come out of its hole,
Yeah.
take the food, and take it back into the shrimp.
I see.
Yeah, that's how that works. So it's not as cool as you think it
Well, then
is.
I was gonna say like I'll get bored of that for 3 months.
Yeah.
Sounds like I get bored after about a week.
Right
Because
away.
I'm like, oh, I don't get to see the cool
Yeah,
guy.
you don't get to see it, and yeah, you have to mix salt water and do all the things.
That's the part I can't stand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not just an easy something's wrong. Oh, I got to do a water change really quick. You've got to have So,
spat
first
there.
time experiencing Congo Tetra's mate. It's brutal.
Oh, yeah, the Congo puffers. Yeah.
Yeah. It's brutal. He latched onto her the other night for over 2 hours. I did not like that. That was not a fun thing to watch.
Doesn't look like she has a wound. A lot of times they'll get a wound on their belly, right?
No, I was really surprised. He held onto her for so long, just dragging her around and just thrashing. And that wasn't fun.
On one hand, I would love to breed them, but on the other hand, my like blood pressure goes through the roof when anytime I have fish that are fighting, and not even fighting, like even when goldfish chase the female, I just think about like, oh, this is not relaxing. I like fish to be relaxing, and this is the opposite.
Yeah. It was violent. I didn't care for it. So, and then Kirk was like, "Ooh, what if we took them out and put them in their own tank?" I was like, "No. Do you know what it's like to have to feed those babies 6, 7, 8 times a day, and with all this tiny food? No, thank you. I don't have time for that."
It would be cool though.
It would absolutely be cool.
But I here's how I know I'm not going to do it, because I watched Dean struggle with it for a long time, and that guy will do the work, and I'm lazier than Dean for sure.
And Matt, Mountaintop Puffer Keeper, he's amazing at what he does, and he's all in on that. Mm-hmm. I don't have that kind of dedication.
The rewards there, though, you start cranking out $100 bills left and right. So
that's pretty. When they start
threadfin rainbows. Yeah. I'm surprised those haven't, I'm going to say, taken over the hobby, because they're a cheap fish that disproportionately looks way too good.
I wonder if it's because when they're small they don't look like this, and so people just don't get to experience that.
They look pretty bad. They also come into stores real tiny and emaciated, and it's. But when they display,
I love them.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. Yeah. All right, let's move on towards the next wing of the basement.
So here we have Emperor Tetras.
Nice.
There's also neon blue gobies in this tank. I kind of have a thing for gobies.
Okay.
They love magic small fish feed. Oh my gosh. Because it just goes on the surfaces of all the rocks and they chow. There's also sparkling gobies in here.
Nice.
And a snowflake pleco. That's Kirk's edition. So.
I'm kind of... So in the last 2 weeks, I realized I think the magic small fish feed allows me to keep fish that I was too lazy to keep before, as in stuff that really wants tiny food to thrive.
Right.
If I wasn't hatching brine every day. I did that for years, but then, and what I'm starting to see is fish that were difficult to get thriving now just are thriving.
Yeah.
And so now I'm thinking I'm going to lean into it, like, wait, what was I struggling with a pain? And so I'm starting to think of some of the tiny live bearers and other things that never thrived for me. Now I might have a food that will actually help do that. And so I'm kind of trying to see, because I totally get what you're saying when you're saying oh, the stiff-round gobies go for it. I'm seeing fish that are way too big go for it.
Yeah.
Wait a second, okay.
So the crazy thing, and we'll get to that tank in a minute, but my geophagus, which they're pretty large fish.
Yeah.
They go to the surface of the water for that. They're sand sifters, and they go crazy for the magic small fishes. I was like, what are you doing? This isn't even what you're supposed to be doing.
There's probably someone to study them that knows that, that's the size particle they want, and they're only sifting that out in the way their mouth structure is and their throat structure. And then this is just they can just stick their face in it.
Yeah, and they
not
do.
Have to do
they
the
go
sifting.
right to the surface, feed me more.
Really?
But yeah, they love it.
I'm going to have to see that, because that's something I am not aware of.
Yeah. But these guys were pretty thin when I got them, and they're nice and plump.
That's good to know. We've been seeing that kind of help a lot at the store.
Yeah.
The things that we'd have to really try and target feed, and now it's hey, I think it's just getting easier.
Right.
So.
Back to this tank real quick. Mm-hmm. You see all the dead snail shells?
Yeah.
Electric blue acara. They're wiping them out.
Nice.
Yeah. Which I had substrate that would rival Joel's substrate in here for Malaysian trumpet snails, and they're wiping them out. So
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because I'm also working on that of instead of what does the internet say, trying to make my own list of here's another snail eater, here's another thing to eat duckweed or this type of algae.
Yeah.
Because it's all hidden in forums 20 years ago. Right. It's out there.
Yeah.
And just we haven't made a good comprehensive list. If someone asks you plecos, amano shrimp, Siamese algae eaters, and the list kind of stops there.
Yeah, it does.
And the reality is we see so many fish, like you could throw in African cichlids lead algae and rosy
Absolutely.
barbs and some of the livebearers and
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a cryptspiralis in there, dwarf sag.
Nice.
I think a sword in there. I
Mm,
think that's
yeah.
a red Reuben
Yep.
sword. Yeah.
Staying nice and small.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Which way?
Saltwater tank will blur this out.
Nope. No salt water. I don't have my shirt on for salt water as the best water. This is a tank that is going through a change. It was rainbow shiners in here. These are the two that
Oh.
eluded me.
Okay.
They're now outside, but I thought I had them all, and then I don't know where they surfaced
Yeah.
from. But so I'm trying some white cloud mountain minnows in there.
And some gobies or
Yep, that is a darter actually.
I was gonna say
Yep.
that, but I was like,
Yep.
well, and a goby
Oh,
here.
we do have red flame.
Yeah.
In here too. I guess I've got a thing for gobies.
They're cool. When I was opening the store and they were coming out, I never took them home and played with them because they were
Right.
at least always $30+.
Yeah.
And I was literally eating top ramen to survive.
yeah.
And so I haven't gone back. Well, the food thing, because keeping them in the store, it was like, oh man, these are a labor of love.
Right.
I might try some more with Magic Small Fish Feed.
They love it.
Yeah.
They do love it. Yep.
Because at the time, the conventional wisdom was they only wanted to eat like biofilm
Yeah.
and other things, and I was like, I don't know
Right.
if I can do this.
Yeah.
They were kind of an enigma, like autosinkless, where
Yeah.
because at the store you'd bring in a group, and it's way harder to keep a group than like 2 in a tank or 3 in a tank. Where it's
Right.
like, well, I had to bring in 12.
Right,
Like they're
yeah.
real hungry now,
Right.
and they would come in hungry to begin with. So
Yeah.
yeah,
There's a hill stream loach in there too.
unheated tank.
Yes, this is an unheated
Yeah.
tank. I keep algae on the end of it for the hill stream loach, so you can't see in that end of the tank.
No, I was just seeing how much front to back, and
Yeah.
you got a sink at the ready for you. That's pretty nice.
Weird placement for a basement, but I love that it's here.
Well, it's weird to anybody else not a fish keeper.
Right.
They're going, wait a second, you can
Right.
you're right there, as
Right.
opposed to,
Yep.
normally a normal person would tuck it behind like
Yeah,
in a
in the
utility
laundry
room.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't
I
know
like
why it's
that.
out in the open in here, but I love it. So.
Wait, you guys didn't put it in?
Oh no.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
just a freebie.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. This tank is it was guppies, but they're outside in a pond, and so more paradise fish that were given to me. There's really some pretty ones. Let's see. We're gonna scare them all. You can see the tails on them are really pretty.
They kind of remind me of some of those other types of leaf fish, like the tenopoma.
Yes, I had those when I was in Columbus.
Yeah.
I like those fish. Very personable.
Yeah. I want to, I saw a competition once, I think when I was in Europe, and some of the colors, like the blues and the red ones, I don't see them in the U.S., but
Yeah.
they had them where I kept saying, like, if this was in the U.S., I would keep these.
Right.
But they're not.
Yeah.
Like, I can find a little bit of color,
Yeah.
and they don't have the popularity here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're not being brought over or no one's working with them, or I just don't search that part of the internet. Maybe
Right.
there's I always find that out because the comments will let me know, and they'll be like, oh, actually, I just don't know. Fair enough.
I have seen them on Dan's before.
Yeah.
So yeah. Another red Reuben sword, got some beautiful color in the center of it.
Nice.
Yeah. Just a regular shrimp tank down here.
Just a little shrimp tank.
Yep. Lots of algae for them.
Oh, man. That thing's got a lot going on. Like, it's on a piece of wood. And then I was like, wait, but the top is slanted. I'm like,
Don't
it's one of
look.
those, like, lifeguard slanty tanks or whatever.
It's a flue ball. That's
Oh.
why it's so janky.
It's tripping.
But it's got that thing under there. It's like, yeah. So it didn't work well with this.
I see.
Yeah.
I
Don't look
see.
at that part.
I can't help but because I was trying to line up the lines on the camera, like wait,
why
nothing
is it-
lines up here. Like, it's all at a weird angle.
It's all crooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This tank, I kind of fell in love with when you pointed out the fry.
Yeah. So those are Nanoluteus, or Crypto Heroes Nanoluteus, that they've changed their name to the Amatelania.
I
They're
love
such
the
a cool
cloud of
fish.
fry. It's
Me
always.
too. I wish I had fry over in my multi-tank right now, but I don't. And then Norman Lamp Eye.
Yeah, both fish have the blue eye.
Yeah, they do.
I love that.
I love this fish. It's really cool. We've had them in with community fish before, and they're totally fine until they have babies, and then they want to like chase everybody away. They've never hurt any of the other fish, but they're like, okay, you're going into your own tank. So we've taken lots of batches to Moonlight Aquatics too.
Mm-hmm. How do they do with plants? Have you had them in full planet tanks?
I've had them in the tank over there underneath the TV, and they were fine. They never touch them.
Good.
Yep.
Probably just dig a little bit when they breed.
Yeah, they move some sand around. They like to go under the rocks more than move the substrate.
I just watched one do that.
Yeah.
Little hidey hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, you asked about plants. This is where I'll put my pots of stargrass when I propagate it. And I've also taken lots of that to Moonlight too.
And is this female, like, is that a breeding color, or she'll look like that all the time?
That's a breeding color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, why don't I keep that? I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I think they look like that most of the time,
They
where
do.
they're kind of
They're kind of like
muted.
an apisto, where they'll go.
Yeah.
She'll go school bus yellow when she's got babies. Yeah.
Because I was going, hold on, I should.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, okay. Because plant safe, I knew that.
Yeah.
A bit, then, but like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool though. How long will they herd them around the tank?
Quite a while until they get probably that big.
Nice.
My fingers are red from making your cookies this morning. I just noticed that.
Had to bribe me
Yeah.
with cookies.
No, don't say that. They'll believe you. If you say it, they'll believe you.
All right, the Bobbing for Apples pond.
Ooh, go. I'll film. There's a couple of rice fish in there and lots of cherry shrimp too. Not that you
Nice.
can really see it, but
And is this a rescue, as in like we had it outside and there was a problem, or you're just like, nope, I want pond inside?
I wanted a pond inside. These, I had two round ones at the first house when I moved here first to Washington. Did you see Jimmy's video? It was
I
on
did
our
see
channel.
that one,
So
yes.
those two were out there
Yeah.
in front of my house, and this is one of them. I
Okay.
just thought it was a cool idea. I've got the room, so
It
I just
totally
thought
is.
indoor pond, and it keeps those raccoons out of.
Well, that's why I was asking, because sometimes it's like, oh yeah, the raccoons were all around, so it's easier to bring it inside.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
issues with raccoons. We've got ponds over there, and we've got issues with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Now we get to some of my fish.
Some of them. That is
Ooh.
120 gallon. That's
Yeah.
the sump.
Yep,
yeah,
they're
this is the
120s.
sump from the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
There's coral red pencilfish in there.
Yeah, I was just
Uh-huh.
noticing those.
There's a few denison barbs in there because that's Caleb's favorite.
Okay.
Spheni.
Oh, that type of earthier.
Geophagus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a couple redhead tapajos. There's some threadfin acara, and then the recent additions before Bob and Chelsea moved, the giripari. There's like 3 of them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are new additions. One of them's kind of injured, so there's a pound of
Right.
salt in that tank right now. So try and get him healed up. And then the Cupid cichlids. Yours are amazing. I don't know if you. That one's stunning right now. Right.
Yeah.
He's like showing off for you.
Blocked
And
by
then
all the
I've
other
got
fish.
I've got little ones that I got from the wet spot that are nothing compared to your wild caughts. But he is gorgeous right now.
How do you liken this sand? Real fine.
I really like this sand. This is the Secrete sand from Home Depot.
Okay.
It is so clean, you don't even have to
Really?
rinse it. I have never rinsed this sand, and it goes in clean. You can dig it. It's in that bag right over there, too. You can pull it out.
Okay.
There's no dust. It's perfectly clean. I love it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't dust my water.
How much is it for a bag?
Like $20?
Okay.
Was that a 50-pound bag, I think?
Yeah, the last time and this is
Oh,
showing.
that may be a 100-pound bag.
Last time I really played with sand from like a Home Depot and everything, it was
Yeah.
like play sand, and
No,
it was a
I won't
nightmare.
do that. I've used not play sand, but I've used sandblasting sand. I hate it.
Right.
The diatoms that it creates, it's like forever, and it just perpetuates the
Yeah.
lifetime of the tank. I hate it, but this sand is amazing.
Hey,
I
do you
can't-
have any Magic Small Fish feed? I want to see if
Oh, yeah.
they'll. Of course they won't, because we're on camera now, and
Oh,
we'll
yes,
look
they
like
will.
liars. But I kind of want to see it.
Oh, yes, they will.
Not even for the commercial aspect of like, hey, you should buy this. I just genuinely want to see the big fish go after it, because I could see that where they're. There we go. Wow. I would not have expected that response.
This was one of the first tanks that I fed it to, and I was like, it was more for the pencilfish.
Right, which it would be a perfect food for them.
It's absolutely perfect. They love it. And if you see their color, they're so happy. But these guys go nuts for it. And then they'll just be sifting sand for
I guess that makes a lot
after.
of sense because it'll go through all the sand and it gives them, I'm going to call it like it inoculates the sand with all the food.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, they love it.
That kind of makes me want to do earth eaters again. Not that I need another reason because I love breeding them.
I love them. They're just such a special fish. I love all the jewel tones that they get. All the spangles on their side.
Yeah. We've been trying to get some nice Juraparis for some of the display tanks at the store, but we keep getting them in and they're not the ones that have the nice purling for the Jurapari. It's like, oh, that one's a different type of Santa Perca, not so great.
And that's what that one is Santa Perca.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just collected as a family river rocks up in the mountains, and
nice.
That's how we built that tank.
Yeah, that, obviously it's flowing through the water there, but I can't believe how... Like I thought, oh yeah, they go up and get a little bit. I didn't realize the frenzy would come.
And they stay. They'll go back up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have this belief that bigger food is not necessarily better in that too many fish are having to chew way too much to eat.
I so agree with that. And there's times in customer service where they're like, my big fish won't eat this food, or I think it's too small for my fish. And I'm like, okay, but I have like huge sand sifters to just go and just attack this food. So I just think they need to give them a little bit more time.
I think that does happen, but I think if I had to explain it would be more often food's too big than it is too small. Right. Just like a human, I can eat crumbs out of the bottom of a chip bag.
Right.
But if it's a solid 1 pound block of cheese, it's pretty hard to chew off a piece.
Right. Yeah.
So, I do think there's preferences and that kind of stuff, and I just haven't. There's so many fish that even though I've kept a lot of these fish, different setup, different size tank, different foods at the time, different style of, the way I was living, you can only afford so much if you're eating top ramen, you can only afford to feed them the next rung up from top ramen. And so, that's where, dealing with people that are specialists, like, oh, I've only been keeping geophagus for the last 40 years. Like, they tend to know a lot.
Yeah,
that we,
absolutely.
As a hobbyist, I mean, they're a hobbyist too, but they will understand a lot more than we will. Like, oh yeah, I've had a tank of that for 20 years. He's had 30 tanks of that for 20 years. Right. So, yeah. All right. I think that's...
Don't look behind you.
I see saltwater. We got some light. Yeah.
Yeah. We can feed, if you want, we can feed the tank over there. Because those... loaches are pretty amazing. I love them.
I learned so much when other fish eat, when other people feed, because I feed differently and oh, that's interesting. I hadn't seen that before.
The ottos really like it too.
Here, I'm gonna end the video when I'm down here in the lounger.
The best seat in the house.
Yeah.
And see, these Congo tetras go crazy for it too, and they're a bigger fish.
Yep.
They're splashing you.
So that was actually one of the fish that made me launch this food. Because I had so many in the 800 gallon, and I was like, even the big fish will eat it.
They really do. They love it. But as it starts coating the rocks and the surfaces, you'll see those hill streams start coming out. And the dwarf petrichor catfish love them too. And I always feed heavy like that.
Oh, I do too. I think the biggest thing about foods that I'm learning is that getting the food throughout the whole tank is going against what the internet would tell you. The internet tells you what can they eat in a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. This, the way I feed it, and I'm seeing more people do it, it's like, well, it would take them 20 minutes. Like, it's going to coat all around, and they got to go find it. But that allows more and more people, I think, are getting baby fish to raise up. But you also get a lot more snails if that's a problem for you, because there's a lot of snacks around.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. There's cherry shrimp in there also that eat it too, but you see they came out on the loach already, on the rock. He's right here on the purple rock. He's already out. You're going to Congo tetras in your way, but...
Yeah, I can't see him yet. Where am I? Oh, he's right in front. He's like incognito. Yeah, the camera's doing the camera thing of like, you have a million particles.
Yeah, of course.
So I haven't shown people this yet, but I dose I call it a dose. I don't know why I call it a dose, but I feed an entire tablespoon of the Magic Small Fish Feed into the 800 gallon because of the 1,000 little yellow babies.
Yeah.
And that's why half the reason they're making it is because they don't have to leave their hidey hole. It eventually makes it over to them.
Definitely. Oh, there's some dwarf petricolas coming out now. I predominantly feed the Magic Small Fish Feed to my 125, and I believe that's why I have that Candi Tetra over there too. Because he can, feed and get food because it actually gets to the bottom of the tank.
It's the closest thing I've been able to do, and I've said this in many videos, nothing replicates feeding live baby brine every day.
That. But this is right in there for me.
It's close to it with 1/100th of the work.
Yeah.
You literally just sprinkle it in versus, well, I had to start yesterday, and there's too many days in my life where it's like, well, I was busy yesterday, so I didn't hatch, I don't have it today.
Yeah.
And then, so I as I got more and more busy, I got to the point where I'm really only feeding brine like 3 times a week, really.
I've actually stopped hatching brine, and I just use the Magic Small Fish Feed.
Yeah, I stopped that a while ago, even before we had this, because I just realized I was losing too many batches where I'd start it, I would need to harvest it, I'd be busy, then it'd be like 8 o'clock at night. Oh man, They started fouling. Like that was just a waste of time and money. And now I got to clean it. And because I have a lot of tanks, eat a lot of brine shrimp.
Right.
And so it was on a razor's edge. And then it's like, well, if I don't hatch as much, then I can't even feed all the tanks. And that didn't feel good. So yeah, I'm hoping the new nugget form, when we can get that in, will.
Yeah, I'd be interested in trying that.
Yeah, it's kind of an in-between size, I would say. We tried to make the community pellet and a koi pellet and everything out of the Magic Small Fish Feed. And the problem is we can't get it to float. Because, even to float at the top, because there's not enough wheat germ or, starch in it.
Right.
And so we basically would have to dumb down the food to get it to float. Otherwise, it sinks like a rock, and that's not great either.
I don't really like to feed heavy, big foods that just go right to the bottom. I don't like that.
I've always been a floating food fan.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Now with this, I'm a fan of this now. Yes, I realize I sell it, but even when way back in the day, you could buy golden pearls when it had brine shrimp in it. I loved that food too. It was expensive for top ramen Cory.
Right.
At the time, it was like, oh man, they're eating better than I am.
Yeah.
And then when they got rid of the brine shrimp, though, the fish didn't like it nearly as much, and that's when I stopped feeding it. Basically, is because it was like, well, same price, but they didn't like it as much.
Right.
And so then I just had to rely on floating pellets because I like to be able to remove food if I'm feeding too much or the fish don't want to eat it. So, all right. Well, any famous last words from the customer service?
Go buy Magic Small Fish Feed.
All right. You can email in, and it won't always be Candi, but Candi eventually word would get to her.
Yeah.
She's often in live streams.
Oh, I think I'm always in live streams.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say always, because what if you miss? She said she'd be there.
She got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'm bringing those back. So, for however long I can keep it up, because I'm going to be in Brazil for a while. But outside
Sundays.
of that, Sundays I think we'll try that again. Which nothing ever works long term.
No.
It's always
change.
That worked out great for 4 months. And oh, Sundays I got a thing now.
Yep. It'll always change, but we'll be back at some point. Different day, different bat channel.
That's right.
All right.